What up, what up, what up? Bankroll Tim, bet it up. Showing you a little bit about how things go down and bet it up. So, yesterday was a late night. This Chevelle needs some basic adjustment. This is my guy for 6-7 years now. Good guy. I've been putting them off. All he needs is some adjustment, stuff like that. And it's his father's birthday tomorrow. They want to go cruise, whatever. They tried to cruise it the other day and the back right tire was rubbing a little bit. Looks like the upper left control arm came unadjusted and it made the rear end move over to the right a little bit, made the back of the tire rub the outside. So I'm gonna address that. Wants me to change the plugs, change the carburetor, stuff like that. Quick stuff, so that way he can pick it up later tonight or pick it up early tomorrow. Boom. But in order to do this, I had to take the Pontiac off the lift. So once again, I had all 4 wheels off of it. Had to put all the wheels back on it, take it off the lift, because I haven't started on this yet except for pulling the wheels off. Then we got the Malibu out of Joliet, 26s. I got the shirt sitting on the hood because last night this thing drips a little bit of motor oil, so didn't want it to go on the hood. So the Malibu 26s, y'all seen it last year, show and go. Y'all see it driving around in Joliet. This car had one of my old style sway bar setups on it. We kept checking it. We didn't have the time to change it. The left lower control arm had broke because of that setup, which, like I was saying, you can still see it in there. The bar that welds the lower to the lower. It's like a sway bar setup. This was back before I knew about anti-rolls and anti-rolls being pretty cheap. With that being said, in the beginning with Playboy's car, we went to put an anti-roll on it, and the first anti-roll, and this is years ago, they were cheap. No, excuse me, they weren't cheap. They were expensive for like a ball bearing or the needle bearing ones, and well, however it went, it didn't get bought. So we put a bigger bar on his setup, a solid bar, and it still ended up breaking that because it broke the control arm at a gas station one day. So this one broke and got into his body, so he's gonna have it fixed, but it's kind of fucked up. We kept checking, make sure it wasn't cracked. And then one day out of the blue it just cracked and broke. Bam, did that, whatever. So now putting an anti-roll on it, which this car, like I said, was years ago before I was doing anti-rolls. Put an anti-roll on it. Gonna change the control arms, all 4. He's got some red trick chassis. We're gonna put those on there, and I'm gonna lower the ass end a little bit. We can come down. The car is tubbed. I did not tub it. McBride's in Joliet, where Joey used to work. The old man there tubbed it. They had asked me for some info and all that, and I had stopped in there and showed them, and they did it. They hooked it up, so it's tubbed. I had frame notches before. I'm not sure if I did a full. No, I didn't do a full notch. I just did a quarter rail notch. But anyways, this is a clean ass boo. It's got a little small block in it. The paint job is nice. The interior is beautiful. You know, the console, something to do with the console. The console's getting fixed, so it's not in there right now. But yes, beautiful car. You guys seen it on my videos from last summer, I think it was, before show and go, and the car was good then. We checked it, boom. Everything was fine in the back, all that shit. He had the motor put in. Originally, the motor that was in there was just an old regular ass, I think the original motor. But he had this motor put in, which I'm not exactly sure what it is, 383, something like that. Small block Chevy, conventional motor, carbureted, boom. Runs pretty good. But yeah, so he's been begging, not begging, I mean, he's been asking. I've been putting them off. You know, I'm trying to get everything organized. So the second I had said about the back, you know, this and that, boom, then it was like not even 2 weeks later, the damn thing broke this year. So he bought all the parts that I told him part numbers and all that shit. He bought all that shit. It's all in the car. So we're gonna hook that up, get the anti-roll on there, squat the ass in just a little bit. We're gonna narrow it, frame notch it and stuff like that later. If it would have been frame notch right now, full frame rail notch in the back, I would have thrown a set of C-clip eliminators on it. I could have brought the wheel in another 3/4 of an inch and made sure it clears. But with an anti-roll on there, you guys can see that back wheel is sitting kind of in the well, but we'll get it in there to where I could definitely come down. You know, this side looks like it's in a little bit more, but I can definitely get the ass in to come down an inch or two, which, you know, give it that little squat look. So it'll be fine for now until I get everything organized. There's the stomper, the little monster truck, like that, the little monster truck. Them 40s on there, 26s and 40s. I know y'all don't like those videos I'll be posting. But anyways, the Chevelle's been sitting, battery dead, stuff like that. It is dirty, but I did the car a while back, so it's dirty, dirty, dirty. The carburetor that was on it's a big black car. It was too big, so you can see all the soot underneath there. Boom. Let's see. This car is a 10-bolt car. I don't think it's a 12-bolt. I don't think it's a 12-bolt. Maybe it is a 12. Yeah, I think it is. Maybe. Yeah, whatever. But anyways, 26s. That rose gold on there, and I think this is like a rose gold, but in paint wise, I don't know. Anyways, clean ass car. I know you guys have possibly seen it, but I'm gonna adjust this motherfucker, change these plugs, change the carburetor. I'll do this all today. I'll probably be here late, but yeah, I had to go through moving all this shit around, put all 4 wheels back on there, pull that thing out, move the Malibu out, push this back here because I had it up underneath the Landau. This car's got some nice ass interior in it. I think Nick did the console, but yeah, Sound Factory, boom. But yeah, we got some parts in the bag, we got some oil, we got some other shit, boom. He was having a belt issue, but the belt was coming off. It's got some basic pulleys on the big brother. So, you know, anybody that's ever had that V-belt set up, you end up having problems, and with them chrome pulleys, they just, you know, cause problems. So, you're gonna get a serpentine belt set up for the front of it. You know, that's gonna have the AC compressor and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. But that carburetor right there is a 750. This is a 502. Originally, we thought it was a 454. Nobody had the paperwork on it, but the owner's brother did some research on the numbers on the block, and it is a 502 crate engine. So he got all the specs, and he bought another carburetor for it. So as you can see, everything's hooked up on there. The bracket's on there, this, that. It's got turbo 400 trans, blah, blah, blah. So everything just changed. So I can just bolt the other carburetor on. The other carburetor was already set. The timing's off. It's at like 38 degrees of timing, and it needs to be like at 32 degrees of timing. So double check that. I do have an older style test light. This is normally stuff I don't do, but this is for a good buddy that has been on me for. I know there's people on there like, man, I've been waiting a year. I've been waiting this. This dude, every time he takes the car out, something else causes a problem. This car was a frame off car, and whoever put the frame back on the car didn't know how the hell to put the body mounts in, left bolts out, this and that. One of the first things I did to this car was fix some of the body mounts, stuff like that. It's got some squeaking issues with the body rubbing on the frame, on the inner wheel wells and stuff like that. But it's a beautiful car. It's clean as fuck. This tire got cut up, which I'm not sure how, but he's gonna put a new tire on it because the fender's not all cut up. So where the hell it caught, I don't know. Maybe, oh yeah, maybe right here on the center because it's cut. Maybe that's where it got caught. But anyways, I'm gonna adjust this thing. And oh yeah, put this video up for you guys today, which is July 15th, Friday. This is where it was sitting last night, so it's got a little trans leak. I'm gonna try to find a trans leak. It looks like it's coming from like the trans line area to the trans. I'm gonna go over that real fast. The frame rail on this, if you guys been paying attention, on IG, I put some more weld on it. This looks a little goofy because of the grind. It's not in and out, it's just how the grind left. I filled the holes in, but I gotta fill them in a little more. I'll smooth this out. There's a little frame dimple right there, which is 2 layers of frame. But it's all in there. So I was working on this like a motherfucker yesterday. So right there is pretty smooth, except, you know, I gotta go through, grind it. I had some low spots in here, so gotta finish it to where when it's done, it's gonna look smooth as hell. So I gotta take a little time off of this to get this, and then do the Malibu. Busy, 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 busy. And just nothing ever works out right. That's why I'm here every day. At least a good solid 4 hours a day I put in. I'm one man, very little help here and there, and that's what's going on. But look, y'all, I got my #1 fan right here. That's my #1 fan. Look at all that grinding debris on the floor from welding and grinding and welding and grinding. And then the more you do this kind of stuff, the better you get with fitting the plate in the right spot and being able to weld less and grind less. But then I want it to be perfect, so I don't know if anybody noticed it yesterday, but I cleaned it up. But I had carved some letters into there. Said, fuck you. But anyways, the car's still getting mini tubbed. So as you can see the rub mark right there. I might not get the top of the rail perfect until I get the tubs out, but you can see right there is where the cut's gonna be into that brace. So that area will have 2 different spots of welding with the half moon on the back. But I will be showing that as I get it together. The more you fill in these holes, the stronger you make this plate. You can see the back side. Boom, you can see I'm gonna go in here because that was just from the front side. So I can go in here from the back side, get this all filled in. You know, there's no other little, yeah, that one I'll fill in, that one I'll fill them all in so it makes it solid. But I mean, it's still solid. It's just for looks, you know, I want it to be all cleaned up. Because somebody could get under the car like that and be like, oh my God, because, you know, we got all these damn haters out there. But all right, y'all. Another video. Some dirty shit. The battery was dead on this, so I put the charger on there, put it on trickle, so that way the whole time I'm working on it. It has a single wire alternator on there now, but it still has the other wire. You guys got to watch it with these A bodies. This is a 72, but these A bodies, Chevelles, they have an external regulator, and if the external regulator is still hooked up in the wiring system, you got to find a way to disconnect that. But the best thing to do all the time with alternators is run a single wire alternator. That means the alternator just has one positive cable that comes off of it and goes right to the fucking battery, and you keep that wire a nice size wire so it charges just like with an amp in the back. The fatter the wire, the stronger the power, the stronger the current, the more it holds. You run a little wire back there, your amp would get hot and cut off. Same thing, alternator. You don't want to run no little ass wire from there to the battery. You know, you want a nice size wire to run from the alternator to the battery, and obviously the shortest the distance. So don't go down to the starter and go straight across to the battery. Then the battery line go down to the starter. But so that way it charges, keeps it better. It's gonna run the alternator cooler. But yeah, always have a fat wire and always run a single wire. When it comes to the LS stuff, I don't know what's the best way to do that because they have computer system and they need to know the volts and all that shit. So I'm saying conventional motors, carbureted motors, shit like that. A little more info for you guys. And again, having sounds, having batteries in the trunk, have a fuse under the hood, and have a fuse in the trunk for that power wire to run from your battery up front to your batteries in the back. Because like I said, if the wire grounds out somewhere, it cuts through and it turns around and it'll burn the front fuse. But if you have no back fuse and you're hooked to the back batteries, it's gonna fucking start a fire. So too many car fires out there from stuff like that. I hate to see that. It fucking, you know, I'd be like, I feel bad when somebody's beautiful car catches on fire and burns to the ground and people are filming it. it's horrible. It's a bad feeling. So make sure you're double fused. 350 in the front, 350 in the back, whatever. If that line gets cut or rubbed through anywhere between the front and the back, it's gonna pop both fuses and it's gonna kill that line. And then you're gonna be able to find the problem, see the problem, and fix the problem. Boom. So a little more information. I'm not even a stereo guy. Custom suspension and frame fabrication, that's it. I'm doing this. Carburetor change and stuff like that is because I do know how to do it. That's a big block. I love big blocks. But I don't do it for everybody. All right, y'all. I'm rambling. Battered up. Bankroll Tim. Bussin'. Sorry, I got to take time off of this, but when it's done, it will be fucking raw. Ass into this car will sit lower, and the wheel will sit in more than the pictures I've been posting, and then any other box Chevy with a 28 and a 9-inch lip out there. That's my goal. The ass end to be on the ground, stuffed. That's what the owner wants. That's what he's gonna get. All right, y'all. Bankroll Tim, battered up. Appreciate y'all, all the real ones. 100, 100, 100. And I'm out. And what's up, haters? Keep watching. Appreciate it.